Welcome to my channel Value Old Coins. If you're passionate about rare coins, historical currency, and discovering the hidden value of your pocket change, you're in the right place. Watch this video, like, share with friends, and subscribe to stay updated on every coin that could be worth a fortune. Thanks for watching. The 1966 quarter dollar is part of the long-running Washington quarter series, which began in 1932. While it may appear ordinary in circulation, it's a historically significant coin, marking a transitional period in US coinage when silver was phased out of everyday use. Although over 800 million were minted, the 1966 quarter is considered scarce in uncirculated condition due to lack of mint sets and circulating wear. Additionally, no mint marks were used in 1965-1967, making all 1966 quarters officially no mint mark coins, regardless of where they were struck. Historical context: the coin shortage and the end of silver 1960 South were a volatile time for US coinage. Rising silver prices and hoarding of silver coins led to a nationwide coin shortage. The Coinage Act of 1965, which removed silver from dimes and quarters, starting mid-1965, the introduction of clad copper-nickel coins, which continued in 1966, the temporary suspension of mint marks from 1965 to 1967 to discourage collectors from hoarding coins. Based on mint origin. No mint sets were produced in 1966. As a result, high-grade examples of 1966 quarters are harder to find than the mintage number might suggest. Obverse design front designed by John Flanagan. The obverse features a left-facing portrait of George Washington, based on a bust by French sculptor Jean-Antoine Houdon. The inscription Liberty arches above his head. In God We Trust appears. On the left, near Washington's neck, the year 1966 is centered below the neckline. No mint mark is present. By design due to the suspension policy, reverse design back also by Flanagan. The reverse shows a majestic bald eagle, wings spread, perched on a bundle of arrows, symbolizing readiness for war. Below the eagle are two olive branches, symbolizing peace. The inscriptions include United States of America at the top, E pluribus unum above the eagle quarter dollar at the bottom rim. This reverse was used continuously from 1932 to 1998. Coin specifications featured a tile denomination to 5 cents, quarter dollar year 1966 mint, mark none, intentional mintage, 821,101,500 composition clad, 75% copper, 25% nickel over copper core diameter, 24.26 m weight 5.67 grams, 119 reads. Collector value. What is the 1966 quarter worth? Grade condition estimated value 2025 circulated FXF 25 cents, $0. 50 about uncirculated 050, AU 58, 75 cents, $1. 50 mint state MS60 MS6 for $2. $6 gem. Mint state MS65 MS66, $10. $30 plus superb. Gem MS67 plus $75, $300 plus. Important, 1966 quarters are hard to find in high grades due to poor strike quality and the lack of mint sets that year. No mint sets in 1966, why that matters to combat hoarding and coin shortages. The S-Mint did not release traditional uncirculated or proof sets for collectors in 1966. Instead, the Mint issued special mint sets SMS for 1965-1967. These SMS coins were struck with better than circulation quality but not quite proof level. 1966 SMS quarters can be identified by sharper detail. Finish no mint mark still. SMS coins, in high grades, especially MSSP 67 or higher, are collectible and can be valuable. Error varieties and special coins, though not common. Error coins from 1966 are always of interest. 1. Double die obverse detail, slight doubling on Liberty or In God We Trust. Rare and subtle, usually under magnification. Value $25, $200 depending on clarity. 2. Clad layer, missing one side, may be missing its outer layer, exposing the copper core, appears as a reddish or brownish surface. Value $100, $5,000, $3. Off-center strikes coin is misaligned and only partially struck. Value $2,150 plus based on how off-center and grade. 4 struck through errors. Foreign materials like grease affect the strike, causing missing or distorted details. Common but collectible. Tips for collectors: look for SMS coins. These are superior to normal circulation strikes. Focus on strike quality. Many 1966 quarters are weakly struck due to overused dies. High grades MS66-67 are significantly rarer and more valuable than they seem. If a coin shows sharp detail, full rims, and cartwheel luster, consider professional grading PCGS or NGC. Investment and long-term value. While 1966 quarters are common in circulated condition, gem mint state and SMS coins have investment potential, especially if they exhibit strong eye appeal. Error coins or layered defects from this era continue to gain interest among collectors. It's a must-have for modern quarter-type sets or transitional clad era collections. Conclusion: the 1966 Washington quarter represents a crucial turning point in American coinage, a move away from precious metals and toward mass production to meet economic demand. Although billions were minted, high-quality specimens are surprisingly hard to find, especially since no traditional mint sets or proof sets were issued. For collectors, it's an underrated but important coin that can carry solid value in mint state, SME's condition, or with notable errors. If you have one with a strong strike, clean surfaces, or a possible error, it's definitely worth examining more closely.
The 1982 P. Washington quarter is a part of the long-running Washington quarter series. First introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, the series continued with the same design until the launch of the 50-state quarters program in 1999. By 1982, the coin was struck in a clad composition, meaning no silver, as the U.S. Mint had already transitioned away from silver coins in circulation after 1964 due to rising bullion prices. Obverse front design details portrait features the left-facing bust of George Washington, modeled by sculptor John Flanagan, based on Jean-Antoine Houdon's 18th-century bust. Legend: Liberty above Washington's head. In God we trust. Inscribed to the left, date 1982, is below the bust. Mint mark. The letter P appears to the right of the ribbon in Washington's hair, indicating it was minted in Philadelphia. Reverse back design details, central image. An eagle with outstretched wings perched on a bundle of arrows, symbolizing strength and preparedness. Olive branches below the arrows represent peace. Inscriptions: United States of America, at the top. E pluribus unum, out of many. One just above the eagle $quarter, at the bottom, indicating its face value. Designed by John Flanagan. Also, technical specifications, feature datal nomination to 5 cents, $1/4 mint Philadelphia P. Mintage 500, 931, 000, plus composition copper nickel. Clad outer layers of 75% copper, 25% nickel bonded to inner core of pure copper diameter, 24.26 mm weight, 5.67 grams, treated 119 reads. Historical context: 1982, the early 1980s were a time of economic uncertainty, high inflation, and metal price fluctuations. In 1982, the U.S. Mint faced budget constraints. As a result, uncirculated mint sets were not produced, which significantly affected the availability of high-grade coins for collectors. Therefore, finding high-quality uncirculated or mint state 1982 quarters is harder than for many other years. Value and collectability condition: great estimated value 2025 circulated XFAU 25 cents, $1 uncirculated MS60 MS63, $3 $10 plus gem uncirculated MS65 plus $25 $75 plus top grade MS67, $150 $300 plus rare key. Factors affecting value: condition. Higher grade coins command more value due to the lack of mint sets in 1982. Strike quality. Coins with strong strikes and lustrous surfaces are more desirable. Errors. Certain rare mint errors dramatically increase value. See below. Notable errors and varieties. 1982 P quarter collectors often seek out error coins from 1982 due to the economic constraints and inconsistent quality control. 1. Clipped planchette. Portions of the coin are missing due to an improperly punched blank. 2. Off-center, strike, the design is not centered. Partial image. 3. Double die obverse DDO, doubling of lettering or date. Rare. 4. Missing clad layer, one layer of metal is absent. Exposing copper core looks red-brown on one side. 5. Weak strike. Die wear. Some 1982 coins show soft or mushy detail due to overused dies. No mint set release. Why it matters: the U.S. Mint did not produce standard uncirculated mint sets in 1982 or 1983. This has led to a scarcity of high-grade specimens from these years in the secondary market. Coin dealers and collectors often pay premiums for original bankrolls or uncirculated singles from 1982. Conclusion: the 1982 P. Washington quarter may seem common at first glance, but it's historically important due to the Mint's decision to skip mint sets that year. That fact alone adds an element of rarity for collectors seeking pristine specimens. While typical circulated coins hold minimal premium, high-grade and era varieties can bring significant value. This coin is a great representative of a challenging economic period and the transitional era of U.S. coinage in the early 80s. The 1983 P quarter is part of the Washington quarter series that began in 1932 to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday. The series continued unchanged until 1998, making the 1983 coin part of the clad era. 1965 to 1998 of quarters, which succeeded the original 90% silver versions 1932 to 1964. The 1983p quarter is unique and notable due to several important numismatic and historical reasons, which we'll explore below. Historical and economic background. The early 1980s. By 1983, the U.S. was recovering from a deep economic recession, but budget constraints were still being felt, including at the U.S. Mint. Due to cost-cutting measures, no official U.S. mint sets were produced in 1983. This meant that most coins from this year entered circulation, and very few uncirculated examples were preserved. As a result, high-grade 1983p quarters are scarcer than other modern issues and are in demand by collectors. Obverse front design designed by John Flanagan. The obverse features a left-facing bust of George Washington, modeled after a sculpture by Jean-Antoine Houdon. The word Liberty arches across the top. In God We Trust is placed. To the left of the bust, the date 1983 is centered below Washington's neck. The mint mark P Philadelphia appears to the right of the ponytail ribbon. This design has been mostly unchanged from 1932 through 1998. Reverse back design also designed by Flanagan. The reverse shows an American bald eagle with outstretched wings, clutching a bundle of arrows, symbolizing strength and military readiness. Olive branches below the arrows symbolize peace. Inscriptions include United States of America. Along the top rim, the motto E pluribus unum, Latin for out of many, one above. The eagle $quarter across the bottom rim, indicating denomination. This patriotic imagery served the coin well throughout much of the 20th century. Physical and technical specifications. Feature specification year, 1983. Mint, Marque P Philadelphia, total mintage, 673,53, 5,7 clad. Outer layers of 75% copper, 25% nickel pure copper diameter, 24.26 ems, weight 5.67 grams. Edge reeded 119 reeds. Designers John Flanagan, obverse and reverse. Mintage and circulation facts. Despite a high mintage of over 673 million, the absence of mint sets led to very few uncirculated examples being saved at the time. As a result, circulated coins are common, but mint state, MS65 or higher, coins are rare, especially with strong strikes and no blemishes. Collector value. What is a 1983p quarter worth? Grade, condition. Estimated market value 2025. Circulated fine 2xf 25 cents, 50 cents. About uncirculated 050, AU58, 75 cents, $2. 00 mint state MS60 MS6 for $3, $12. 00 gem. Mint state MS65 MS66 $15. $50 plus superb gem. MS67 plus $250, $500 rare. Registry grade, greater than. Important note, well struck. Lustrous examples are rare and command high premiums. Many coins from this year have poor strikes or worn dies. Grading tips when grading a 1983p quarter. Focus on Washington's hair detail, a keyware point luster and cartwheel shine indicating uncirculated condition. Eagle's feathers and olive branches should be sharp for high grades. Absence of contact marks, especially on Washington's cheek and neck. Notable varieties and errors. 1983p quarter collectors actively search for 1983p errors due to the rough production year. Here are the most desirable. 1. Clad layer missing error. Occurs when the outer nickel layer is absent from one side. The coin may appear red or coppery. Value, $100, $1,000 depending on condition and extent. 2. Off-center, strike coin is struck outside of its intended alignment. 5% to 90% off-center varieties exist. Value, $25, $250 plus 3. Double. Die obverse DDO letters or date show signs of doubling. Rare and valuable. When confirmed, value varies up to $2,004. Clipped planchette piece of the coin is missing due to a miscut blank. Value, $20, $1,505. Die breaks, coulds, or strike throughman. Die flaws can increase collector interest. Value, $5, $50, depending on severity. Why no mint sets in 1983 is a big deal. The U.S. Mint did not issue official uncirculated sets in either 1982 or 1983. This is extremely important for collectors. It means no government-issued boo coins were preserved. Collectors today must find original bank-wrapped rolls or well-preserved change. High-quality examples have become scarce and valuable, especially in certified slabs from PCGS or NGC. Fun facts: the 1983p quarter is considered a semi-key date in the modern clad series due to condition, rarity. Some numismatists consider it more difficult to find in MS67 than even some silver Washington quarters. This coin is featured in typesets and registry sets for competitive collecting. Conclusion: the 1983p Washington quarter is a deceptively valuable and historically important modern coin. While it's common in circulation, it becomes a treasure in mint state grades or when displaying errors. The lack of mint sets adds a layer of rarity not typically found in 1980s coinage. Whether you're a casual collector, a roll hunter, or a serious numismatist, this coin is worth a second look, especially if it's in high grade or has any signs of a minting error. Want to know more? You can upload a photo of your 1983p quarter if you'd like me to. Help grade it, identify potential errors, estimate its collector values. Me know.